Rescue teams in South Africa have recovered more victims of the heavy flooding in the Eastern Cape province, raising the death toll to at least 86. President Cyril Ramaphosa visited the area on Friday. He described the situation as a catastrophic disaster caused by climate change. The poverty-stricken regime saw a deluge of rain earlier in the week, triggering flooding of up to 4 meters in some places that completely submerged many homes, roads, schools, and health facilities. The search of the bodies is still ongoing. DW correspondent Dianne Hawker has been traveling with rescue teams in the province of Eastern Cape. She gave us this update on the latest developments.
Yes, that is correct. There is still a search going on for bodies, and where we are standing right now is where a rescue team found 2 other bodies about 2 hours ago. There's a helicopter that's flying overhead, so I hope that you can still hear me, but it's part of the rescue process where officials are flying over the river and over the dam that you see here behind me. Now, this is the Mthatha Dam, where some of the bodies have been found. 2 bodies were located about 2 hours ago. But over this hill where that helicopter is going, we also received a report that there are rescue teams looking for more bodies over there because there are other communities in that area. This dam is connected to a major river in this region that passes through the town of Mthatha, but also passes through other smaller towns. And the homes that were on the banks of this river are the homes where people were swept away into the river and into the dam that you see behind me.
Dianne, no worries if you see more helicopters. We're hearing you fine. Talk to us about the devastation you've either seen or heard about from residents.
It's been really heartbreaking speaking to residents. There was a woman whose house we went to yesterday where she described how she had to try and escape with really just what she was sleeping in. She grabbed her laptop and she grabbed her phone and she walked out of the house putting those items on top of her head so that they could stay dry. She told me she didn't know how she actually managed to escape, but she really had to push her body to get out of there. There are a number of communities where we've driven through and we've seen houses that are completely destroyed, and people are also receiving aid from different aid agencies here. So quite a devastating situation in Mthatha and in some other smaller towns and villages close by.
You say people are receiving some aid. Is there anything else that they're getting by way of support? So many people have been displaced.
Well, at the moment, the focus is really on keeping people fed and keeping them with a roof over their heads. For the people whose houses were completely destroyed, they really have nothing. So there have been donations of blankets, mattresses and food, which is being distributed at various community halls. There are other people whose homes might have been not as badly damaged, and they are receiving food parcels being delivered around the different communities. Beyond that, we are yet to see, any kind of additional housing being provided, but people are sleeping in community halls, and the government has said that it will try and look at what additional resources it can provide. This has been declared as a disaster zone, and that means that the government will be able to access more funding from national government level to start helping these municipalities. This area is quite a rural province, and the municipalities, to be honest, are not that well off, and it will need some government intervention to assist them. And of course, we're seeing this as an impact of climate change. So something that the municipalities have really not been able to adequately prepare for. But luckily, there are a number of private aid organizations which are assisting the government with the search and rescue and also assisting with providing those food parcels in the different affected communities.
Okay, DW correspondent Dianne Hawker, much appreciated.